All right, so oh wow, it's one. It was oh yeah, it's already 2 minutes into the broadcast. All right, so yeah, it's episode 50 of True Sports. The I'm Taylor Phillips, and he's Louis Tenor. Sorry, I'm a little shaky tonight, but the New Jersey Devils hang on. Well, they rout the New York Rangers 4-0 in Game 7 at Prudential Center. They will
Yeah.
move on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Eastern Conference semifinals, to play the Carolina Hurricanes.
Mm.
Taking a look at the game center, McLeod, Tomas Tatar, former Red Wing, Hala, and Bratt, with all the Devils' goals. 31 saves by Akira Schmid, earning the first star of the game, Andre Palat, with 2 assists, second star, and Michael McLeod, the third star, with the first goal of the game being the game winner. Marino also Marino also had 2 assists. Jack Hughes had 1 assist. So did Hishire. Nick Hishire.
Yeah.
Shots on goal were 31-24 Rangers, but but Schmid was the first star of the game, earning
Uh-huh.
that shutout, making 31 saves. Uh, Sorry to say, Lewis, but hey, but for your friend, what's his name again?
Which one? You mean my nephew?
Yeah,
Gavin.
Gavin. Yeah, he was a Devils fan, right?
He is, and so is
He
Diane.
is.
Oh
Yep.
boy.
So yeah,
Yeah, but I'm happy for him though.
yep. So
Yeah.
man, the Rangers had a 3-1 series lead. Wow, same just like the Boston Bruins.
No, they had 2-0 lead, but not
Oh, a
three
two
one.
nothing lead. Okay, that's right.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, it was a 2-0 lead. Not like the
Right.
Bruins, but still, the Rangers choked in their
The
own way.
ultimate, yeah, the ultimate choke though. I mean, it's a little bit different because you were expected to go all the way. You made the record in points and wins, and then all of a sudden, at the end of the third period, with a minute to go,
Yeah.
choke. Ugh. I got a friend in Boston that was not happy about this. Oh boy.
No, no. Boston create the Bruins, or should I say the ruins?
The ruins. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, the ruins.
yeah. Boston ruins. Yeah,
Yeah,
created the
yeah.
ultimate meme.
They
65,
just
65 wins, and they still choke a 3-1 series lead in the first round and lose and get eliminated by the Florida Panthers.
uh,
Get the f
unreal.
out of here.
Shades of 2019 when the Lightning choked. Oh boy. Well,
Well, no, they
2018.
didn't choke. They got swept by the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, I mean, still they choked though because they were expected to go
Yeah,
all the way. They
they
have
choked
the
game
top
one.
record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and since then
Oh
they
man.
never even recovered.
Yeah.
John Cooper's, but yeah, John Cooper was cocky, and he showed it when the Lightning got eliminated by the Maple Leafs. So there's
Yeah.
that. The Lightning eliminated, the Bruins eliminated, the Avalanche eliminated, and now the New York Rangers eliminated.
Well, I'm not too surprised because the Rangers were a bit shaky towards the end of the season, and that might have, I think might have played a factor into it going into the playoffs. I don't think they felt very confident, and I don't think team with the fans. But I'll say I wonder what Coach Gallant is going to say about this after the game because he said in Game 5, "Oh well, we played our best game of the series and whatnot." How can you say that? You were outshot 20-2, almost 4-0. What were you smoking after that game? My God.
You lost game. He lost game five. Period.
Yeah. But they but he said, "Oh, we played the best game of the series." What?
That's
You did not.
BS.
You played like crap.
That is BS
You played like
by
crap.
July.
You did better in game 40 than game 5. Game 5 you absolutely sucked. Oh,
Well, they played they played a better game 6.
Oh, definitely.
There you go.
Yeah. But to say you had your best game in game five, no.
Yeah, they just fell flat.
Yeah.
And then a really good one between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics.
Yes.
And James Harden hit the game-winning three bomb
Mm.
with around 10 seconds left
I really
to
thought they
from the top of the key.
I really thought without MB they weren't going to, hang in there. But I guess when you got Harden to cover you, I guess that makes up for it.
Yeah, no Embiid,
Traitor.
no problem, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was not easy against the Boston Celtics.
No. I don't
119
expect
to
to be.
115, the Sixers win, even without Joel Embiid.
Yeah. If you think this series is going to be easy, no way. No way.
No way. No, it's gonna go to 7 games.
Oh,
It's
it
gonna be
has
a
to.
Duke out. And speaking of Duke outs, right now we have at halftime the Phoenix Suns lead the Denver Nuggets 42 to 40 at halftime
Hmm.
in Game 2 of their series, of their semifinals, if you will.
Yes.
The Denver Nuggets lead the series 1 game to none. Uh, let's take a look at. No, Denver won. The Nuggets won Game 1 last Saturday, 125 to 107.
Yeah.
You know, taking a look at the box score for
Right.
Phoenix in Game 1, Kevin Durant 29 points and 14 rebounds in a losing effort. Devin Booker 27 points. And then for the victorious Nuggets, Jamal Murray, thank you very much, 34 points, leading the Nuggets in scoring. Nikola Jokic, 24 and 19 boards. And then Aaron Gordon, 23 points. 3 Nuggets reaching at least 20 points.
Says something. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. just 11, but yet
Hmm.
Bruce Brown 14 points off the bench in Game 1.
It's good off the bench.
Yeah, it's really good. Right now in Game 2, yeah, it's 42-40 Phoenix at halftime. Well, we check the box score. Devin Booker was 17 for Phoenix.
Hmm.
DeAndre Ayton with 10 and 6 boards. Kevin Durant with 9 and 7. Okogie with just 2 points. Josh Okogie. And Chris Paul with just 2 and 3 rebounds and 3 assists.
Ooh, huge
17
night for
minutes.
him.
17 minutes, 55 seconds of court time.
Wow.
Chris Paul is 1 for 7 shooting,
Oof.
14.3%. He hasn't even attempted a 3 bomb yet.
Boy,
Zero
he's off
for
his game.
0. Uh, can't even shoot. Can't even nail a mid-range jump shot. Except he only nailed 1.
Hmm.
Second half is about to begin. So th- this may this game may be over even before we wrap it up, before we end this episode.
Maybe.
Yeah, 31 saves by Akira Schmid, but this is a good one. Third quarter is underway here at Ball Arena. At Ball Arena in Denver, Nuggets have the ball first. Jamal Murray, mid-range jump shot from the free throw line, off the front of the rim, rebound. Here come the Suns. Here's Devin Booker with it.
So,
All right, so hey Riley, what's going on, man? Suns miss on the other end. Here come the Nuggets, right
oh,
to left. Nikola Jokic down the lane. We're tied at 42. So,
nice.
so it's time for your true sports report while this game goes on. Go ahead,
All
Lewis.
right. And by the way, happy 50th, of course. All
Thank you.
right. And away we go. Okay, only two games in the ML and MLB right now. Everybody else is wrapped up. The Padres lead the Reds 6-3, bottom of the fifth, with a runner on second and two out. Young is pitching and batting is Grisham. In the other game, the Dodgers are having a field day right now against the Phillies, 8-1. Bottom of the fourth, a runner on first and one out. Vasquez is pitching and Muncy is at bat. Braves and Mets played a doubleheader today and it was a split. In the first game, Braves held on to a 9-8 victory over the Mets. Strider got the win, Reeves got the loss, and Minter got the save. But the Mets got even in game two as they take the Braves 5-3. Smith got the win, Morton got the loss, and Robertson got the save. The Cubs over the Nationals 5-1. Miley got the win, and Gore got the loss. Guardians over the Yankees 3-2. Los Santos got the win, Holmes got the loss, and Clase got the save. Yeah. It's still early, so I'm not panicking right now. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 6-5. Winowski got the win, and Romano got the loss. And just finished a few minutes ago, the Astros over the Giants 7-3. Starner got the win, and Hodgley got the loss. And that's all. Yeah, Monday's always a late night in the baseball world. All right, so we'll check tomorrow's schedule, and it goes like this. All right, assuming there are no double, and there are no double headers. Okay, so the Braves take on the Fish. We call them the Marlins at 6:40. Other 6:40 games are the Mets at the Tigers. Ooh, Mets at Tigers. The Pirates at the Rays. 7:05 games. The Cubs take on the Nationals, and the Guardians take on the Yankees. 7:10. Twins take on the White Sox, and the Blue Jays take on the Red Sox. That game was on TBS. 7:40. The Orioles take on the Royals. 7:45. The Angels take on the Cardinals. 8:05. The D-backs take on the Rangers. 8:10. The Giants take on the Astros. 8:40. The Brewers take on the Rockies. 9:40. The Mariners take on the A's. Oh well. And the Reds take on the Padres. And 10:10. The Phillies take on the Dodgers. And who is the only team that can beat the Dodgers? The Dodgers themselves. Oh boy. That's all the thing Ralph taught me. Well, I'll check the standings anyway, even though we checked them last night, but why not just update it? So the Rays are now 23-6, a 3.5 game lead over the Orioles at 19-9. Blue Jays 18-11, 5 back. Red Sox 16-14, 7.5 back, and the Yankees even 15-15, 8.5. That's not bad for a team in last place, but remember, they can climb up to second within about in a week, so this is far from over. I'm not worried at all. In the Comedy Central, the Twins are the only team at above 500 at 17-12. Guardians 14-15, 3 back. Tigers 6 back at 10-17. The White Sox 8-21, 9 back, and the Royals 7-22, 10 back. In the West, Rangers 17-11, a game and a half ahead of the Astros at 16-13. Angels 15-14, 2.5 back. The Mariners 12-16, 5 back, and the A's a pathetic 6-23, 11 at back. Yuck! It's a good thing I don't live there. All right. Well, the Braves are 19 starting the National League in the East. Braves are 19-10, have a 3-game lead over the Mets and Marlins at 16-13. Phillies, not bad, 15-14, 4 back, and the Nationals 10-18, 8.5 back. Surprise team of the year, the Pirates, 20-9, have a game and a half lead over the Brewers at 18-10. The Cubs, a respectable 15-13, 4.5 back. The Reds, mediocre at 12-16, 7.5 back. And the Cardinals, 10-19, 10 back. That can't be good, 10 back in the beginning of May. Ooh, okay. We got a tie here in the West. D-backs and Dodgers, 16-13. A game back on the Padres at 15-14. Giants, 11-17, 4.5 back. And the Rockies, 9-20, 7 back. I don't know what to tell you. All right, so on to the ice. Only one game was in session tonight. As we said, as the Devils beat the Rangers 4-0. Schmidt made 31 saves. I'll tell you right now, though, I was a little skeptical about Schmidt. I mean, I underestimated him. I mean, because you figure, how is a new goaltender going into his first playoff series going to work out against scrappy old veterans? Well, I was wrong. I did not give Schmidt enough credit. To Devils fans, I apologize, but this kid's good. He may have a good future in the league in years to come. So
I think he
congratulations.
does.
So congratulations, Devils, and congratulations, Schmidt. You proved us all wrong. Nice job. All right, so on to the schedule as we're now in the second round and begins tomorrow as the Panthers will take on the Maple Leafs at 7 o'clock and the Kraken will take on the Stars at 9:30. If you're wondering about about what the Devils will do now, the Devils will take on Carolina at 7 on Wednesday. We don't have the time yet, but I assume it's going to be 7 o'clock. And the Oilers will take on the Golden Knights. But don't quote me on the time. I'm assuming it's 7, but I could be wrong. It could be 8 because now it's going to the second round. And, well, you know. So on to the hardwood now. As the Sixers beat the Celtics 119-115 and take a 1-0 lead in the series. I'm actually shocked. And with 6:13 to go in the third, the Suns now lead the Nuggets 57-51. Booker is the high man with 21 points. Jokic, 20 points and 6 rebounds. Incidentally, Harden had 45 points and 6 assists, and Jason Tatum had 39 points and 11 rebounds as the Sixers beat the Celtics. All right, so for tomorrow, as we have a few games on tomorrow's list, the Heat will take on the Knicks at 7:30, and for the late night game, the Lakers take on the Warriors as the Battle of the Golden State continues. Well, California is the Golden State, you know. All right. So on to the news headlines of the day. All right, as we mentioned, the Sixers won, and they did it without Joel Embiid, who was out for Game 1 with an LCL sprain in his left knee. There is optimism surrounding Embiid's potential availability for Game 2, sources told ESPN. Embiid was injured on a drive, landing awkwardly after contesting a drive by Nets forward Cam Johnson in Game 3 of the first round sweep. Coach Doc Rivers said Embiid shot some after his shoot around, but had not done any running as of yet. He was also setting up shots after the team's practice facility, which is in Camden, New Jersey. When asked what would it take to get Embiid back onto the court, Rivers said it would be a matter of the doctors telling him when he will be able to play. My guess is I think he'll be ready more for Game 3 rather than Game 2. Oh, probably. All right. The Calgary Flames have fired head coach Daryl Suter after 3 seasons. This is the second time that both have parted ways. Suter previously coached the Panthers for 3 seasons in 23 or 26. The Flames, that is. He led the Flames to the finals twice. To the playoffs twice, including one trip to the finals in the 2003-2004 season, but lost to the Lightning. His most recent stint with the Flames was not successful, as the Flames missed the playoffs in his first and third seasons. His second time with the Flames came after he was hired to take over the remaining 32 games of the 56-game season for Jeff Ward, who finished with an 11-11-2 record. Suter took the Flames to the playoffs in the second season, but lost to the Oilers. The Flames lost two forwards, Johnny Grudeau in free agency and Matthew Tkachuk, Heath's boy. Grudeau went to the Blue Jackets in free agency, and Tkachuk was traded to the Panthers in a deal that saw another forward, Jonathan Huberdeau and defenseman Mackenzie Weegar, coming the other way. The Flames also lost Nazem Carty after finishing with 87 points last season, with the Avalanche guiding them to the Stanley Cup. Devils now, although we know the Devils won in Game 7, but Devil coach Lindy Ruff blamed a barrage of penalties for breaking the early momentum they had in Game 6 as the Rangers escaped elimination on Saturday night. I thought the penalties took our best players away from the game. They had spent too much time on the bench. That hurt us, said Ruff, who watched the Rangers tie the series at 3 apiece. The Devils' discipline was one reason they entered Game 6 with a chance to eliminate the Rangers. In the first 3 games of the series, they gave the Rangers 15 power play opportunities. In the next 2, the Rangers only had 5 chances combined. On Saturday's Game 6, the Devils reverted to taking too many penalties in the offensive zone. The Devils were whistled for 4 major penalties in just the first 23 minutes of the game alone. The penalties hurt us. I did not like some of the calls, but you have to get past them. Those calls led to a power play from Chris Kreider, who tied the score at 1, giving the Rangers their first goal with a man advantage since Game 2. More importantly, the penalties kept the Devils busy on special teams rather than building on the 5-on-5 play that saw them control early in the early part of Game 6. The Rangers battled hard, competed hard, and they got the blueprint and scored goals, said Gallant. Goaltender Igor Shishkin made 34 saves in that game. Well, where were you tonight, buddy? Yeah, dirty, no good. Oliver Borkstrand scored 2 goals. Philip Gruber stopped 33 shots as the Kraken upset the defending Stanley Cup champion Avalanche in Game 7 last night. The Kraken became the first expansion team to defeat a defending Stanley Cup champion in their first playoff series. Wonders never cease. I think about as highly competitive as any team we have faced, said Avalanche coach Jared Bendar. They are deep. Oh, hang on a second. I gotta get rid of that thing. Okay. They faced, said Coach Jared Bendar, they are deep and every line is the same. Borkstrand scored 1 goal on a 40th direction. The puck hit off the stick and glove of another hit with a liner past goaltender Gorgiev that clanged off the post. Oh, we saw that. The Kraken grabbed the lead in every game in the series. Clanged off the post. Oh, yeah. Within the group, we believe ourselves, Borkstrand said in his bench interview, like it's been the entire series. We knew we had to do it here and win. They're playing the way we were taught, said Grubar, was incredible in this series. And Bender said they made it hard for others to create chances. They are a 100-point team, and they are a really good team. Gruber, who played 3 seasons with the Avalanche, finished the series against his former team with 231 saves and a goals against average of 2.68. And as just before we went off the air last night, the Florida Panthers shocked the sports world as they upset the Boston Bruins in Game 7 in the series in overtime. Oh boy. Probably the greatest upset in playoff history. Panthers winger Chris Vergy scored 8:35 into the first overtime, setting the Panthers in a wild celebration, and the Bruins and their home fans stunned. And so was I. Sam Bennett, the Panthers fought hard on the forecheck to move the puck to Vergy, with Matthew Tkachuk screening Jeremy Swayman. Vergy enough room to score his second goal of the series. It had not sunk in yet, said Tkachuk in a post-game interview. The talent they have in Boston is unbelievable. That what we were able to do after the Bruins, what the Bruins did all year, the fact is we beat them in the playoffs. This is just crazy. The Panthers will now face the Maple Leafs in the second round. The Leafs eliminated the Lightning in 6 games, winning their first playoff series since 2004. The Panthers came back from a 3-1 series deficit by winning 3 straight to beat the Bruins. They rallied to force overtime on a goal by defenseman Brandon Montour with under a minute regulation. Oh boy. We were 2 minutes away from being in a sad mood, but Montour saved the day for us and we move on. The Bruins were the most successful team in the regular season history with 65 wins and 135 points. But with that success came the pressure of going wire to wire, being the league's best team. Brewers were going bad. Brad Monchard told ESPN back in March, it's not about the regular season. If you win the President's Trophy, but not the Stanley Cup, nobody cares. That's true. The Bruins became the latest team to be placed under the curse of winning the President's Trophy and not to win the Cup. No team has won the President's Trophy. No team that has won the trophy has won the Cup since the league went to a wild card format in 2013-2014 when the LA Kings won the Cup against my New York Rangers in Game 5 in double overtime. And I was sick when that happened. Ugh. Ugh. The Warriors punched their ticket into the second round of the NBA playoffs after defeating the Kings last night 120-100, thanks to, of course, Stephon Curry.
He's the
Curry was
man.
he is the man. Curry was the first Warriors player to score at least 40 points in a game 7. He scored 17 in the fourth alone. Yeah, that's it right there. Klay Thompson always remembers as the Stephon Curry game. As they did trail down by 2, but their offense woke up and was able to take it from there. Yeah. All right. So moving on to other news of the day. The Yankees placed Aaron Judge on the 10-day injured list, delivering a blow to a team that is now last in the AL East. For now, Judge is dealing with a mild hip strain that the Yankees have been patient with. The move has been retroactive to last Friday when the star outfielder missed time. He will be able to return to the lineup on May 8th, which is a week from now, against the A's. In the meantime, the Yankees call up Franchi Cordero to take the place of Judge. As a reporter like me knows to bring the news to you, it is also unfortunate that I also have to bring in sad news occasionally. And here's one case to mention. A very unfortunate incident in college baseball took place yesterday as a player from Texas A&M Texarkana was struck by a stray bullet during a game yesterday, needed emergency surgery, but was in stable condition, the school said today. Matthew Delaney from Princeton, Texas, was standing near the bullpen at George Dobson Field in Texarkana during a game versus Houston Victoria yesterday afternoon and was hit in the chest by a bullet. The police department said received several calls of shots being fired in a neighborhood just west of the park and believes the bullet that struck Delaney came from a shootout that took place there. Police do not believe that Delaney was targeted. The incident started as a disturbance that led to 2 men shooting at each other in front of their house. Texarkana Police Department said in a Facebook post. Of those errant rounds traveled around 400 yards and struck Delaney at the ball field. DeMarco Banks, who police believe was one of the shooters, turned himself in on charges of deadly conduct. The police are still looking for Kumari Butler, who is believed to be the other gunman. He is wanted for a warrant for aggravated assault. Officers also arrested Gaines Smith for unlawful possession of a firearm and a felon of 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance. Nathan Moore for tampering with evidence and possession of marijuana, and Marcel Beaver for possession of marijuana, or as I say, marijuana. The game was declared a no contest. Unreal. All right, moving along. Minnesota Twins will shut down right-hander Tyler Mahal for the next 4 games with a flexor strain in his pitching elbow. Ooh. Mahal left his most recent start last Thursday after just 4 innings, showing diminished velocity. He said after the game that there was not much concern, but did have an MRI and X-rays done. Twins manager Rocco Baldini announced the diagnosis before yesterday's game against the Royals and said Maile will be shut down for the next 4 weeks before being reevaluated. Oh boy. The news comes after starter Kenta Maeda on the 15-day injured list with a sprain in his right triceps. Bailey Uber will take his spot in the rotation. Mayo is 1-2 with a 3.16 ERA and 5 starts this season. He was acquired by the Reds at last season's trade deadline for 3 prospects. And another tragic story that I have to mention. This is a very tragic story here. Tampa Bay Bucks linebacker Shaquille Barrett's 2-year-old daughter drowned in a swimming pool at his home yesterday. Oh boy. The tragic news is heartbreaking to all members of the Bucks family. Our thoughts and prayers are with Shaq, his wife, and his family during this very difficult time, the Bucks said in a statement. While there are no words that can provide comfort at such a time as this, as we offer our support and love as they begin the process of this profound loss of their daughter. According to a statement from the police department, officers arrived at the residence around 9:30 a.m. after receiving a call that a small child has fallen into a pool. The child then was transported to a local hospital where she had passed, despite several attempts to revive her. The Tampa Bay Police Department said there was an investigation going. It is not to be suspicious in nature at this time, nothing more than a pure accident and tragic incident, according to the police department. Aralea was the youngest of his 4 children. Shaq was entering his 5th season with the Bucks and has been selected to 2 Pro Bowls during the 2019 season, leading in sacks with 19.5. His 2022 season was cut short by an Achilles injury. That's a shame. That's a shame how it had to be like that.
Jeez.
Losing a child. Okay. San Francisco Giants center Mike Yastrzemski is likely headed for the injured list with a strained left hamstring in yesterday's loss to the Padres. Yaz sprinted and dived for Matt Carpenter's 8th-inning bloop. The ball popped out of the glove of Yaz for a tie-breaking 2-run double. The second step, I felt a pop in the hamstring, and he said it just felt like I was at the point where it already happened. So I might as well try and catch the ball. Still, I wish that things had gone differently. He limped off the field and was assisted by manager Gabe Kapler and trainer Dave Rostinger. He felt a pull on him that Spanaway was not able to get to the ball, said Kapler. He's batting .292 with 14 RBIs and 5 home runs this season. In case that last name sounds familiar to you, his grandfather is Carl Yastrzemski, who played his entire 23-year career with the Red Sox, and probably most famous for hitting a game-winning homer in the 12th inning in the 1975 World Series, where he uttered the words, "Stay fair, stay fair, stay fair," and it went out of the ballpark. Strangely, I remember that, and I was only 5 years old. That's right. Actually, that concludes my notes for tonight, so I'll turn back over to you.
All right, we have 1:51 left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Suns 68, Denver Nuggets 61. And then I think Nikola Jokic just got fouled by Kevin Durant
Uh-oh.
in the lane. Kevin Durant has to sit down. The green light is on.
Ah.
So we're in commercial break. So I think we can wrap this up. So
All right.
that's episode 50 of True Sports. He's Lewis. I'm Taylor. We'll be back probably. We'll start with Sunday at 11
All right.
with episode 51. Till then, for Lewis, I'm Taylor. Ta ta.
Good night, everybody.